York Knicks prospect is shocking everyone, and also a former Knicks return to the team has basically been confirmed, and it also had a breakdown when it came to the Nova Knicks, so we're going to jump into it, guys. What's up? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, clearly on the road, and we're going to jump right into the video, as we always do, because New York Knicks prospect Dmytro Skapintsev, I botched the name like I did a few months ago, has been balling out in the Summer League. Yesterday, he put up 19 points, only missed one shot, also grabbed 9 rebounds with a couple offensive rebounds, got 3 steals and a block, along with 2 assists and a +9, plus-minus. The man had a phenomenal outing against the Brooklyn Nets. And when you look at his stats, we have seen that this man has had steady improvement throughout his time as a New York Knick, as part of the organization. Last season, I have to lean in a bit just because it is a little hard to see. He put up 12 points per game, was able to hit the 3 at a somewhat modest rate for a big man, especially a G League big man, pulled down rebounds pretty successfully, got around 8 per game, and also showed that he's got a passing game. Look, we all know what the Knicks' biggest team need is right now. It is to get a backup center. I know some people are cool with Jericho Sims. We have an Ariel Hukporty hive, but he's on a 2-way deal. I don't think Dmytro Skapintsev is going to be the Knicks' backup center by any means, but it is an option that they probably are now going to consider with the way he's playing in the Summer League. Now, sometimes the Summer League means something and other times it doesn't. As we remember, Kevin Knox came to the Summer League and absolutely balled out, looked like a future Paul George-esque player, and then could never get it going in the NBA, whether it was with the Knicks or the Trailblazers or the Hawks or the Pistons. He couldn't really find a rhythm, actually back playing in the Summer League with the Golden State Warriors. But when it comes to Knicks centers, they're going to need someone. Now, I think there's a chance with signing Cameron Payne. The Knicks are a little more comfortable dangling Deuce McBride as a trade option, but I don't think it's very likely that he gets traded. I think Payne is there for just having phenomenal depth, as the Knicks want to have. But they're going to have to make a move for some sort of big man, and if you look at the options left in free agency, it's pretty underwhelming. I mean, take a look. There's JaVale McGee, who's a fine player, but he's getting older. Same deal with Tristan Thompson. There's Boban, who hasn't played consistent minutes in a very long time. Omer Yurtseven, who's definitely unproven, but had some good moments between Miami and Utah over the last 2 years. And then the best option outside of that is Precious Atua. None of these guys scream backup center on a contending team, and I'm not saying that means just go to the Summer League and find your G League guy for the last 2 years who's playing well. But the Knicks should consider it as an option. He's a versatile center. Definitely a lot different than Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims. Can play outside of the paint, which is important to know. But he's also still a phenomenal offensive rebounder. I would like to see the New York Knicks kind of take a chance with him on the roster. Though given the Knicks do have a lot of centers, they have 3 right now, counting Hukporty on the 2-way deal. And they're going to have to get someone who's a little bit more proven. But I do like the idea of bringing Dmytro on a 2-way deal also. See who works better between him and Hukporty this season. I think it'd be interesting to watch them both play in the G League and both in the NBA a bit. Obviously, 2-way guys are not really going to get chances with the Knicks with Tibbs, as we saw. But it's still something to be excited about, something to look into. But there's another news story that we do have to talk about, which is the fact that a former Knick is going to most likely be coming back, according to Tim Bontemps. Some of you might know who this is from the thumbnail, but let's jump right in and talk about it, because none other than Ryan Arcidiacono appears to be coming back, according to Tim Bontemps, who said, I still maintain that the 5th member of the Nova Knicks, who has been there before, Ryan Arcidiacono, will wind up back with the Knicks at some point. Now, I have said this throughout free agency, and really, I just think it's something that the Knicks should do. I get the thought process. Oh, why would we add Ryan Arcidiacono? He doesn't even play at the NBA level. He did nothing for us last season. Why would we add him? Because the 15th man doesn't ever get minutes regardless. What 15th man in the NBA is coming out and having an on-court impact? We all loved when Theo Pinson was here being good for the vibes. What's the difference from Ryan Arcidiacono, who's going to help with chemistry, who is known to work excessively hard in practice, kind of be that extension of the coaching staff and be a good guy for the vibes? The way the Bucks used Thanasis Antetokounmpo, the way the Knicks and the Nets, when they were both playoff teams, used Theo Pinson. That type of guy is good for teams. He's good for contenders. Yeah, he's not going to have that much of an on-the-court impact like all the other 29 15th men in the NBA. Name me a 15th man in the comments who's helping their team succeed with the way they play on the court. I guarantee you can't, because 15th men don't get used. They are just pure depth. And even so, you only have 14 guys, and then you also have two-way guys. I assume Jacob Toppin will be back on a two-way contract. The other two ways, one of them is going to Huck Porty, and then probably I'd say the other one goes to Kevin McCullough Jr., who I don't think is going to have an actual roster spot this year. Hopefully Dmytro, as I said, can somewhere get fit in there too. But that's probably what the two-way guys are looking like. They're younger. They're going to get playing time over Ryan Arcidiacono. Having Ryan there is just going to be good for Brunson, good for Hart, good for Mikal, and good for Donte DiVincenzo, let alone the whole team that knows him because he's been with the Knicks for years. I mean, the Knicks have brought in Ryan a few different times. He spent parts of the last 2 seasons with the Knicks. He just got traded twice, once in the Josh Hart trade for financial reasons, and then once in the Bogdanovich and Alec Burks trade for financial reasons. They're not moving him as an asset. They're moving him because he's a movable contract in season when you need to add an extra $1 million to trades. I think the Knicks are absolutely going to bring Ryan Arcidiacono back. I hope they do. I think it's a good move. I understand the thought of, just fill the team with guys who can completely impact the NBA. But look, if you can impact the NBA and have an on-the-court role, you're probably not getting signed as a 15th man to a team because you're going to go somewhere where you have more of an opportunity. So I'm really interested in seeing that. But also, I do have to just show Ryan's stats so people can kind of get their side of the argument out, which is the fact that in 20 games last year, Ryan put up absolutely 0 points in the whole season, got a rebound like twice, and got an assist like once, and that was literally it. He had a negative 2.0 PER. Yeah, he's not here to be on the court. You don't need that out of a 15th man when you're a good energy guy for the bench. Him and his 3 seconds on defense calls that have proven to help the Knicks win. The man has a positive impact on this team. I would be thrilled to have him back. And Tim Bontemps, and we're just going to jump into this now, he also mentioned that it's just going to help when it comes to getting Mikal Bridges that extension. Because obviously we know Mikal might take a pay cut, as I made a video on. But also, let's just take a look at what Bontemps said on the matter, because he mentioned that these guys have all clearly desired to play together, and by signing an extension under the new CBA, this gives the Knicks the ability to have a 5-year window where they're an elite championship-level team with this group together. Having Ryan Arcidiacono is going to be an extra incentive on Mikal to stick around because it's just another one of his friends on the team. Mikal Bridges is either the 3rd or 4th best player on the Knicks. He's one of the most important Knicks on the team. He's probably our 3rd scoring option this season, something that I love because it's kind of a hybrid between him and OG, and with their corner shooting, it works phenomenally. I want to see the Knicks do this. And Mikal obviously put up nearly 20 points per game last year, shot 40% on corner 3, so above 40% like DiVincenzo, like OG Anunoby, taking a lot of assisted threes, great spot-up shooter, and he's probably going to shoot more than 46% of his shots as threes next season because he's going to be less of an ISO player, which he was thrusted into, hence him not shooting 40% from 3, something we all know Mikal Bridges can absolutely do. Bringing back Ryan is just going to help with that, on top of helping just the Knicks vibe in general. I think they should totally do that. They should find somewhere for Dmytro, and most importantly, you guys should leave a comment on your thoughts down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'm out here in sunny LA living life. Guys, have a great day. Enjoy that New York humidity. I'm loving this dry heat. I'm going to go hit the beach. Go Knicks.